Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lesson 8 of our How to Build a Responsive Professional Website Using WordPress and Thesis 2. For those of you who are new to the class, this is 8 of 14 lessons. The first 5 of those lessons are generic and take you all the way through the installation of WordPress, and then the second set of lessons 6 through 14 are customized specifically either for Thesis 1.85 or now Thesis 2. And today we are going to be working on setting up the appearance of our site. And so we're just going to dive right into that. Although the first thing we're going to work on is how to manually upgrade Agility. So if we come over here to Member Benefits and Skins for Thesis Theme 2.0 and click on the Agility, if you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, you will note that Agility has been upgraded, and our Agility Nude is now up to version 1.02 as of a couple of days ago. And version 1.02 does include an automatic upgrade feature, which will make manually upgrading the skin unnecessary in the future. But today, if you are using a version that's lower than 0.2, which most of you probably are, you need to upgrade this using the manual process. And this manual process actually applies really to anybody else's skins or boxes or packages. The DIY Themes has their own built-in upgrade system where you can upgrade directly from inside of your dashboard and are notified when upgrades are available. But besides DIY Themes, nobody else but us has figured out how to do this. And so at the moment, if you're using somebody else's skin or if you're using one of their boxes, you would follow this exact same procedure to upgrade it. So this is an important skill set to have, even though Agility 1.02 now includes the ability for automatic updates. So anyway, let's just go ahead and download the latest version of Agility. So we'll just click on that. And if you're in Chrome, you don't really have to right-click on it and hit save because it just automatically starts downloading once this is there. And I can see, unfortunately, I already have a copy of Agility Nude in this folder. And so I'm going to actually delete both of them. You can't install it with a 1 after the name like this, right? If you've got a name like this here, you have to get rid of that 1 and get it all the way back to its original file name. I'm just going to close this down and re-download it again. Okay, so with that downloaded, now you come back over to your site, and the site for today's class is t2lesson8.bybtutorial.com. And so we're going to come back over to our dashboard here. Actually, I have the dashboard open, and go to Thesis and Skins. And you can see we've got Agility Nude 1.0 installed here. And when we upgrade, it'll show 1.0.2. But before we do any upgrading, we want to back up whatever changes we have made so far to the skin. So we're going to come to the skin editor and go to the manager. I need to tell it to allow pop-ups here. So go to the manager and just create a new backup. And what you're doing is you're backing up your skin data. So you're backing up any settings that you may have already made in your Agility skin. This doesn't back up the rest of your website, doesn't back up, content or anything like that. What this backs up is just whatever changes you've made to the Agility Nude skin in the skin editor. So we're just going to say pre-upgrade to 102. Say OK to that. And against the possibility that there is a problem, I'm going to just go ahead and export this. And what that does is it downloads it directly to your computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and export that. And with that done, I'm actually going to come back to Thesis and select skin. And I'm going to say, well, I'm going to activate a different skin. I'm going to activate Thesis Classic. And then I'm going to delete Agility Nude. Now, deleting Agility Nude only deletes the files. It doesn't actually delete the changes that you made to Agility. Those are still being saved inside the database. So, which poses a problem for somebody if they thought they could just get back to the original blank slate condition of Agility and start again from scratch if they felt like they messed it up. This is not a way to solve that problem. I'll show you how to solve that problem later, but for the time being, when you delete a skin, it doesn't automatically delete its data. So now that the skin is deleted, now we can upload the skin again. And now, of course, we're picking our fresh file, right? Agility Nude. Oh, it's BYOB, Agility Nude, right? So I know I can read this stuff. Here it is. BYOB Agility Nude zip. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Add the skin. It says my skin was successfully installed. So now we'll go back and activate the skin. Now it shows the version is 1.02, right? And if we go back and look at the site, you can see it's all the way back to exactly the same state it was when we left it, right? It's still got this header image in instead of the standard header image, and everything is exactly as we left it last time. And so I don't actually have to restore any of the stuff that I've done in the past. But if there was a problem, if something had happened to this and it had failed, then you could actually come over to the skin editor and go over to Manager. And notice that it's saved this pre-upgrade right here. So pre-upgrade to 1.02, it still has this in this, even though we deleted Agility Nude and reinstalled Agility Nude. It recognized that once we reinstalled it, that it was still essentially the same skin, and so if the options didn't come through properly when you installed it, you could always simply click Restore on this, and it would restore all of those settings you backed up directly to this. And you can see, again, it looks exactly like it did before, right? Because there wasn't any real change in the settings. Now, the reason I had you download it is because there's always a possibility that all hell breaks loose and stuff doesn't work quite right, or something gets lost, or some error happens in the database, or whatever. And in that case, you could have imported the skin data that you had downloaded, right? So you could go to Import Skin Data, choose the file, and now you could choose this BYOB Agility Nude text file. I'm going to now arrange this by date so I make sure I'm gotten the right one. So you can just click on this here, open it, import that data, and that is exactly the same thing as restoring this, right? Because restoring this is the same thing as restoring this, because the downloaded version is the downloaded version of this thing. Okay, so that's what happens if something goes wrong, but generally nothing does go wrong. So you're going to back up just in case, but generally speaking, nothing's going to go wrong. And after you've deleted and reinstalled, all of your settings should be in exactly the same place. Okay.